Hey everybody, how are you? God bless you. Today I want to quickly share with you a quick story on the birth of Moses. Because I think that through this story we can learn so much, and it is something that we can apply to our lives. I don't know if you're facing situations right now where you feel like uncertainty, when you feel like, oh my God, I cannot let go, like you're just holding on to whatever holding on to whatever you have, but you know that nothing is working at this very moment, and then you're willing to take any options out there, and perhaps the one and only option that you have right now is to just leave it up to God's hands, because maybe you already tried everything that you could possibly done in humanly possible. Maybe if you tried left and right, you've done it all, and nothing works, nothing opens, nothing changes. But it is time for you to let go. It is time for you to trust in God. It is time to walk in faith, because when you do that, the unexpected can happen. And that is certainly the example of the birth of Moses. I don't know if you are familiar with it, but you can definitely read it on Exodus chapter 2 verses 1 to 10. I'm not going to read it one by one, but I invite you to read it for yourselves. But technically speaking, if you are familiar with the story of Moses, he was born in a time where Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, had pretty much decided to kill all boys who were Hebrews, all Israelites, because he was afraid that the Israelite people were growing in tremendous amounts, and that they would have a lot of power over the Egyptians. So the Egyptians decided to kill all the baby boys. And anyway, so it was a very dangerous time for Moses to be born. And then so his mom hid him for about 3 months, but when there was a time where she could no longer hide him, she decided to let go and put Moses into a little basket and put him in the Nile River, up to just letting go of his child, letting go without knowing what was going to happen, onto the unknown, onto uncertainty. Anything could happen to that kid. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not a mom myself, but I can definitely think about how hard it must be for a mother to give up his child, especially if you have already nursed him for 3 months and you've had that child in your body for 9 months. So obviously you get attached to your own child, right? And so taking that decision must be one of the hardest decisions anyone can take. I cannot even imagine as one of us doing something like that today, having to let go of that child. Regardless, that's the situation literally that many people have to go through for whatever reason. But what I want to tell you is that she had to take that decision because she only had 2 options. One is, they're gonna kill my child, and they're probably gonna kill me and punish me because, well, I'm doing something illegal, right, according to the laws in Egypt, because they were ordering to kill all children that were Israelites. So anyway, so there was one option, death. The second option was possibly death, but also possibly life, possibly some hope, because yes, you're putting your child into a river. Anything could happen. Well, there's a baby, a 3-month baby. That baby needs to be fed. That baby could die, drowned. It could, he possibly could die out of, lack of air, because the sunlight was hitting that basket. I'm pretty sure the baby could have died by any animal killing it, or anybody finding him and just killing him or something like that. There were a million possibilities for that baby to die, but the mother decided to give up his baby and to put him into that dangerous situation, trusting God and acknowledging the fact that she was no longer in charge, that she could not control the situation anymore. She did everything she could possibly do, humanly speaking, but there was nothing more that she can do. So she decided to trust in God and to lead it up into the waters where anything could happen. But guess what? Once she let go of that, the unexpected happened. If you are familiar with that story, you will find that Pharaoh's daughter was in the river with her assistants. And then she saw the basket and she was curious to know what it was. And so she sent one of her servants to take it. And she saw that it was a baby, a crying baby. And she felt compassion for the baby. And then Moses' sister, she was nearby because she was just looking, at the basket just to make sure what happened to it. And then so she came and said, hey, may I take it to somebody that could take care of him, right? That could nurse him. And then she said, yes, take it to somebody from the Hebrew women and have him raise him, fed him, nurse him, and then, until he's grown up. And then that's what they did. So basically, Pharaoh's daughter, the daughter of the king of Egypt, went to Moses' mom, because the sister, Moses' sister decided and offered to help, and then she took him to his mom, so to Moses' mom, right? And then Pharaoh's daughter decided to pay Moses' mother to raise Moses. Okay, so I don't know if you're following me. I know it's kind of hard to explain. I never preached this in English, so it's a little tricky for me. But look at this. This mother decided to give up his child, not knowing what was going to happen to him, okay? And then guess what God did for her, Not only immediately that child was returned to her, but also that child was returned with the protection and the guaranteed that child was going to be able to grow and, and have a life, because it was under the protection and the orders of Pharaoh's daughter. So not only was Moses returned to his mom, but also with the protection, with the guaranteed that he was going to be able to live. And not only that, in addition to that, Pharaoh's daughter decided to pay Moses' mom to raise him. So basically speaking, they provided. So Pharaoh's daughter provided for Moses food and shelter and well-being until he was of age to be able to join the Egyptian family, the Pharaoh's family, because afterwards Moses was adopted by Pharaoh's daughter. So imagine that. How beautiful is our God? Sometimes we have to let go of that we feel like we're not going to be able to live without, Sometimes we have to just let go and do whatever, that is something illogical, something scary, take trust into the unknown. But God will come through and God will do something unexpected. So I encourage you to trust in God. Whatever it is, the situation that you're dealing with right now, just leave it up to God. Give it to Him, trust in Him, and you'll be surprised in the way that God is going to take it. God bless you. We'll be able to share some more videos later in Spanish and English. Saludos.